Adventure is in my blood. Finding treasures big or small and having fun is what it's all about. With my wife Melissa and our 3 kids, life is pretty full. But there isn't a mountain we can't climb together. This isn't your ordinary antique store. My name is Alex Archbold and this is Curiosity Inc. Hey guys, and welcome back to the upstairs home makeover. Last episode, I moved some cabinets, I started to get some stuff out of the way, and we put some patching on the walls to cover any old nail holes. Today, I'm going to try and clear some of the excess furniture out of the room and get ready for paint. So follow along as we take the next step in making this room hopefully something really special and get busy painting. One thing I've been wanting to get out of the way for a while has been the old curtains. They're dark, they do a good job of blocking out the light, but as you can see, part of the window was never really covered because we didn't have curtains that went long enough, and we kind of just, I guess, put up with it for a really long time. So I'm going to take the old curtains down. I've got something else in mind. We're going to do floor length curtains. I want to lighten the room too, but in order to paint, curtains and curtain rods have to come down, and got to start moving stuff out of the way. Let's get these down. Yeah, curtains are out of the way. Big giant window is now open again. Certainly a lot brighter in here with those things gone. Really looking forward to seeing how this room's going to develop. I have to get some of this clutter put away. This all came out of the drawers and cupboards that I took out of here. Dogs come to see what's happening, but lots of work to go. So the first thing I'm doing is edging along the top there and the sides, because I can grab the rest of this with the roller on an extension handle. I'm up on a ladder, pretty high up right now. And I'm gonna try and get this edging done here and stay in one piece. I'm using a washed out bean can to hold my paint because guess what? That works pretty good. And it's waterproof. It's easier to hold when you're up on a ladder. I'm gonna continue on with my edging here, and then hopefully by the end of today, I'll be ready for rolling and getting this all done. Okay, the spot in the stairwell that is way up off the ground, I got the edging done in that area. So I can probably return this ladder to the neighbor pretty soon, get that back to them. Very nice of you guys. I am now going to continue edging with the step stool all the way around, and then I'll be able to start with the roller pretty quick here. Glad I didn't fall off. That's not exactly how I imagined my death. Not that you should imagine those things, but that's not how I imagined falling off a ladder with paint. Not super awesome. I'm going to go give the guys their ladder back and then get busy with the rest of the edging. Edging is slowly coming along. It's getting there. I've got to clear off the top of our fireplace. I don't know what I'm gonna put up there yet, but it's got to come down so I can paint on top. And then I can start thinking about redecorating and cleaning up the rest of this mess down here. Today, after work, Melissa is coming with me. She's being a complete trooper. Yep. She doesn't know exactly what I've bought. She has you have an idea, right?
I have no real clue. I know that he wanted me to come, so it's either for company or it's heavy.
It's for company. I could totally handle it on my own. It's just for company. For that $1 million smile she's got. But I'm gathering things for our upstairs renovation, and I've been going through the process of going online, looking at Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji, which we have here. It's kind of like Craigslist, and really just trying to find the best prices on things that I can. You know, the couches, that was kind of a bummer, but we'll see. I think that was going to be like the main part of the whole upstairs, and now it's on hold. So I'm going to keep plugging away, see if I can gather materials, and then we'll start putting things together. Hey, there it is. It's kind of dark, so it's a little bit tough to see in this light. But it is a rustic style. And through all the painting, the kids have adapted. It's like we have theater seating here temporarily. You guys are doing okay? What do you think of the color so far?
I like it.
Matches his pants.
Oh yeah, it does. Well, it's gonna be a lot brighter in here when it's daytime. Dad still has to do another coat and then move some furniture around. I think Grandpa's here to help. When in doubt, Dave has come to help out.
When in doubt.
This is that cabinet that I picked up the other day off of the online classifieds. It's the rustic sort of look. I think it'll look good against the ivory white color of the walls. It's kind of heavy though. You sure gonna be okay for hauling that thing up?
Oh, you can only come back down.
That's true.
No worries.
Thanks for your help, Dave.
We'll get it done.
Well, first piece of new furniture is upstairs against the white wall. We still have a whole bunch of stuff to do, but it's nice to start getting some things in place. And I'm gonna use that as the TV stand. Right now we're using this old bottom of a hutch for a TV stand. It's a little too wide, but I think that TV should go on there just fine. Now to tidy up our DVD collection, and yes, we still have DVDs, we have put them all in this binder alphabetically. So you've got everything from Star Wars and Toy Story and everything in between, all packed in here. And it's all organized. Nice thing is it fits in that binder, and we can just tuck that right away in the cupboard. I've been working pretty much all day on the upstairs trying to get it painted and set up and ready to go. But I have to go out and make a pit stop because it's a very important day today. It's the day that we get to vote. I'm not one to get into politics on my channel, but I do believe it's our civic responsibility to vote and have your voice heard, and that's what I'm doing today. Okay, now that that's happened, it's about 8:30 in the morning. I'm off to Home Depot to get some more paint. This is the ivory paper color that we're using for the upstairs walls. I have to get another gallon of that, ran out, and hopefully I can start decorating later on this afternoon. Although it's kind of a cool desk and I do want to still use it, this office area has not been working. Printer is not in a good place up top there. Clutter has been building up because it's being used for crafts and all sorts of other things. I'm going to clear everything out and try and find a new home for it and reposition it on this wall right here. I feel like I could tuck the printer away in this cupboard, but before I do so, I have to make a hole in the back for the power cord to go through. I'm going to put it right dead center, kind of at the lower portion so it'll be covered when you put something in there. I've got to drill the hole using my auger bit there, and that should be just big enough to run the power cord through. There we go. One hole for an electrical cord. This is a Bluetooth printer, so it can be pretty much put anywhere. It doesn't have to be hooked up to a computer like in the old days. So it's gonna live down in our cupboard, right down in here. It's honestly just been such a busy year for Melissa and I that we haven't done too much around our own house. Melissa started with, I think probably the laundry room makeover got me thinking about the rest of the house too. This is where we live, this is where we spend our downtime, which there hasn't been much of lately. And so some of these, cleaning tasks and decorating tasks have been overdue. It was kind of nice to get this done. And I'm sure you all have an area in your house that's been driving you crazy. For me, it's been this upstairs living room. I want to get it decorated nice and feeling good because we do spend a lot of time up here. I'm moving some of the furniture over right now, repositioning the desk, getting it cleaned up. I have to run a cord so that it'll stretch from the plug-in to where I want this desk. But, all in all, we're starting to see some progress, which is a good thing, because I'm starting to get tired. Well, this is as far as I've gotten so far. Huge mess still on the table. Couches are out of place. There's no curtains up yet. The walls are painted. There's still so much more to go. Have the upstairs hallway to do. And after it's all painted, I can start to decorate, get some of these cabinets out of here and make it feel a little bit more like home. While I'm waiting for the paint to dry, I've got a couple little side projects I can do before I put on the second coat. One is changing out the bulbs in the chandelier. The other is I have a picture I want to put in our stairwell here, right by the chandelier. It's a big empty space, as you can see. It kind of needs a little something there. I'm going to climb up there and get ready to hang a picture. There we go. Seems to be a good spot for it. This is an oversized, it's an original oil painting, but it's a copy of an advertising poster for Martini and Rossi. Of course, they also do sponsorships for race cars and all sorts of stuff. Just a really neat piece, 20s kind of throwback. But the first piece of art is on the wall, and that's always a good feeling. And as for the big mirror that was above the fireplace, well, I think it's gonna be okay going right back where it was. I like it. Well, I got the old cupboard downstairs, and I didn't film it because frankly, it was a bit terrifying. I know David offered to help me bring it down, but I didn't want to make him drive all the way across town. I appreciate his help enough as it is. I don't want him to feel as though I take advantage of him. But it's down. I got all this extra room here to work with. Whew, and to catch my breath and start thinking about where the next items are gonna go. And because I decided to get the fancy couches, I sold off some of our old furniture we weren't using anymore, and that helped get us a bit of room back upstairs and a little bit more money in our pockets. The one thing that's giving me a hard time with this layout is this angled fireplace. If you're ever designing a house, don't put a fireplace on an angle. It's like the worst thing to try and design around. Where do your couches go? Where does your TV go? How do you keep things symmetrical? You can't because you got a fireplace on an angle in the corner, but that's what I have to work with. So it's not gonna be the ideal layout that I want, but we're just making, well, trying more than just making do, trying to make it look good, but it is frustrating, let me tell you. If I had to do it all over again, fireplace would not be there. And what do I have for this big blank white canvas behind me? Well, if you recall in my video where I was working on the general store, I had a very creative idea to hang guitars. We used guitar grips. I had a few left over and I thought, well, hey, I play guitar. I've got 3 guitars that need hanging and, well, I think this might be the wall for it. I'm doing all this work and Chewy looks a bit confused walking around the house. Hey Chewy, what's going on? What's going on? If I'm gonna hang these guitars up, the first thing I have to figure out is exactly what height I want them at. It has to sit at a level where it looks visually appealing, but also is reasonable for a person to grab them off so you can play. I'm gonna mark off that distance and also find out where the stud is, and for that I've got a stud finder. Kind of just drag it to the side until it senses an edge of a beam, right about there, and you know how wide your beam is, probably 2x4. And I've already marked what I believe to be roughly center, right there. I've got to do that 3 times total. Okay, first hole is marked. I feel like I've got it right in between the 2x4 that's back there. There was nothing. Okay, so from what I've determined, that's about the right height. It fell down, I gotta do it again. There, that's the right height. So now that I know roughly where it's gonna hold the guitar, I have to figure out where the stud is. Oh, this always makes me nervous because you could be putting a big hole in your wall. But I guess I have paint and I have filler, so if I screw up, I can always go and do it again. Well, I felt like I went through more than drywall, so I'll try the first hand and see how that worked. Insert the thread on the back of the hand, and that should be just as easy as screwing this thing in here. Still feels weird to screw a human hand into a wall, but you know, this definitely will give me a much more interesting way of holding my guitars, and it's more fitting with kind of our aesthetic that I want to go for up here, which is a little bit more funky and modern, and it will be clean too. It'll be clean because it'll just be guitars on the wall, like the guitars are art themselves, which a lot of people feel that the beauty of a guitar is worth hanging up and looking at. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna get this guy in place, then a couple more twists. Should just about have it. Oh, I can feel it tightening up. One more around. There. We'll try that. There we go. Something just like that. One down. I just have to put another 2 up and guitars will be in place. There, we've got 3 hands in place. I've just got to go grab the other 2 guitars and see how it looks. So far, we've put up a 1969 Washburn Classical, which is the one I play most of the time. This is a 1936 Epiphone Blackstone, when Epiphone was still made in the good old US of A and was a high quality guitar that rivaled Gibson, so Gibson bought them out. And last but not least, Gibson Les Paul. These guitars definitely deserved a better place than just sitting on a guitar stand. Now they're truly displayed as the art that they are. Guitars are up. TV is in its new home. Couches are kind of moved out of the way for now because I have to make room for this big area rug. The one we had in before was too small. It wasn't big enough for our needs. So I found a much bigger one online at a really great price. It would normally be about $1,000. I found it for around $150 because it's secondhand, but it's in good condition. So I'm gonna roll it out, let it rest and settle before we put the furniture on. Come down to my basement to borrow a couple pictures. We had these framed many years ago. They're old movie posters. There's this one here, and there's another one over there. Still have a bunch of stuff down here, but that one has to go too. I think those will be able to find a place up in the living room. There, seems to be a good spot for them since this is gonna be the entertainment area of the house. That'll do for here. So although I had bought a carpet before, it ended up being a little bit too light and kind of clashed with the other furniture we had. So I ended up getting this one. I found this one online, which should do the trick, and Melissa's gonna use the old one downstairs in her reno. And I hate to say it, it's probably not the only time a rolled up carpet has been inside the back of a '64 Cadillac. Okay, well, I got pretty far on this episode. I've got an Abigail sitting on the couch, and what do you think so far, honey?
It's cool.
Yeah, but we don't have our new couches yet. We don't have a new coffee table, but we did get the pictures up on the wall. I centered them with the couch so that there was some symmetry there. I kept the roll top desk because we actually do use it as a desk. And this is kind of like the centerpiece of this little area. That's Spartan Bluebird radio, really cool piece. So I want to have a few of my kind of special antiques. We've got the old movie posters, the old radio, but really keeping it very simple. So a lot of the walls, I do not have the curtain up yet. I'm going to hang it very high and have it very neutral so the light can stream through. Put the mirror back on top of the fireplace. I'm not a fan of the tile around the fireplace. If I had my way, I'd probably do something different there. We've got the antique style TV cabinet in place, and everything is tucked away and neat and tidy inside. I'm gonna fix the dog bed here. Chewy likes to lie in front of the fireplace, so that will be what that will be for now. And over on this side, I've got the guitars mounted up on the wall. So really just starting to look a lot cleaner than it did before. I decided to go with darker carpet because the rest of the room is so neutral. I wanted to do something a little bit different with the carpet. We brought the white one up here. It was just too white because we've got a white ceiling, white walls, we've got schoolhouse lights. So I wanted to have a little bit of warmth and color in the room. But overall, honey, what would you give it?
Out of 10, I'd give it a 9.
A 9? Well, that's very nice of you, honey. We're not even close to being done, but it has come a long way. And Melissa's not planning on starting the downstairs renovation because she's got some Halloween decorations stuff out. So I think after Halloween is when she's gonna start down here. I can see she's planning and getting some ideas together, but right now it's pretty much just the way it was. So thanks for watching this week's episode. Next week will be hopefully the finale. We'll have new furniture in place, have plans for a new coffee table, a different coffee table, and we'll get the rest of the decorations done. But it's already feeling a lot cleaner and a lot more organized than when it was before. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.